we just want to know the reason you are here, and we just want to know the situation of the lawyers and the Bar Association in Turkey.
The reason why I left Turkey after the coup attempt of July 2016 is that the government started targeting lawyers immediately after the coup attempt because there were allegations of torture going on in Turkish prisons, and the government basically by harassing and intimidating the lawyers tried to prevent those allegations filtering into the international media. And personally, I was representing, as far as the Turkish government was concerned, the wrong sort of clients, basically, companies and associations associated with a particular group of people in Turkey who happens to be the enemy of the state number one nowadays. So I was lucky because I had a foreign passport, so I managed to get out of Turkey 10 days after the coup attempt by plane, and some of my colleagues, they weren't that lucky, and they had to flee the country through the Greek border on a dingy boat, basically. And they had to climb asylum after spending time in refugee camps in Greece. So the plight of the Turkish lawyers hasn't eased from then. It even got worse because as we speak now, there are 600 Turkish lawyers in prison behind bars in across Turkish prisons across the country, and 200 over 200 of them have been already convicted of can you believe it, terrorism related offenses, which attracts basically up to 16 years in jail, and some 1,500 Turkish lawyers have since been prosecuted. And for me personally, I've been banned from representing certain people in Turkey as a lawyer, and there is a criminal investigation against me, possibly for terrorism-related offences. But of course, I'm not a terrorist at all. The problem in Turkey is the Turkish government has a free hand to abuse the anti-terrorism laws in Turkey, and everybody who opposes to the rhetoric of the Turkish government is a potential terrorist. And the evidence against people, especially lawyers who are being accused of being terrorists, is sending their kids to a certain school or subscribing to a certain newspaper, or being members of a certain professional organization. So as simple as that, basically. If you send your kid, or if you bank with a certain bank in Turkey, that may be given as evidence against you in the courts of law in Turkey.